What's up? What's up, everybody? Welcome to the house of Jay Wilson. And baby, we gonna talk about it today. Now, give me a minute, really quickly. I had to go over something really quick there. What's up? Welcome to the house of Jay Wilson. Amen. I hope you all are doing well today. I'm gonna let you come. Who is here? Who is here? What's up, CDP? What's up, Catherine? CDP and Catherine. I see y'all. I see y'all. My God. So it's a lot going on that interests me, and you see the title, Education in the Beefsector, and we're gonna talk about it. I happened to hear Jay Dunn last night, and a couple of more people. And I think it's really interesting what's going on. Update, they said that Youssef got who? Bonded out. I told y'all. I told you. Come on. But we're going to talk about it today. I want everybody, these people are driving very reckless this morning. My God, today they are driving very reckless this morning. My. I'm doing everything except cussing folk out. It's Black History. I'm trying not to call nobody no H word. I'm trying to reduce my use of expletives. So that's what I'm trying to do. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe that we shall overcome someday. What's up, Room Shaker? Oh, your name is all in the street. So let me say this, you all. I respect people who respect me. The problem that I have with other sectors, not so much with people coming in, I have a problem with the disrespect. Now, if you know I'm a gay man and you don't like gay people, then don't come on my platform. We have nothing to talk about if you are homophobic. So I don't feel that everyone is like that. However, there are people who are. And so with that said, I don't merge with people who don't want to merge with me. And I don't want to merge with people who really don't like or care for me. Even though I can work with you, we ain't together like that. And I'm just being real with that. Sometimes we already merged. No. Y'all merge. Y'all merge. Because I don't even know half of y'all people. So I know Room Shaker's name came up because Bree. They said that Bree on her backup channel, which I have not gone to see, is saying that she's done with the other sectors and like I said, I was listening to Jay Dunn, and thank you, baby, thank you, hi, yelling. But I don't feel any kind of way. We were telling you all from John, why are y'all going to be missionaries? Why are y'all doing that? Well, we want to expand. We want to, and so again, you got what you wanted, but you lost what you had. And you can't tell people, especially these young people, you ain't my daddy. You can't tell them nothing. So now they understand. There was a way that people came into the sector. You just didn't walk into the sector, no history, no nothing, just acting crazy. But again, you brought people in the sector because you thought it was cute because they was hyping you up. while tearing people down. Now, Jay Dunn, you are wrong because it's not men sticking together. It's men don't give a damn. That's what I'm trying to say. The sector is not going to stick with you when you brought people to come against the sector. And as a man, a same gender loving man, like hell, I'm going to fight for Brianna because, again, when those jokers was over here saying all kind of stuff about us, she kiki. She thought that shit was funny. And so I'm like, I'm good with it. Let me tell you something. I don't hate Brianna, but I am tired of y'all want people fight for folks and folks don't fight for you. I'm so tired of that. It's just like the Republican Party. They ain't doing shit for you, but making your life miserable. But you gonna vote for them. No, ma'am. I don't do that. So I just want to be very, very clear on that. But let me get to this education piece. Now I listened to Jay Dunn, and Jay Dunn, some of the stuff that you said was true. But I disagree with you when it comes to age and when people should go back. It is never too late to get your education. It is never too late. Some people have families where they had to work because if they didn't work, the family would have collapsed. And they didn't have the luxury like your family did to take you or send you to school rather, to send you to school. So let's not judge people on what our lifestyle or how we live. Because I know some people who really wanted to go to school after high school, but they couldn't because they had to help their family out. I've known people who had to drop out of college because their family was so dysfunctional and they really had to go back and help their family. So we can't say that, yeah, education is education. It is that um, ideal that you go to school after high school, but everybody doesn't have that opportunity. Everybody doesn't have that opportunity. We're gonna talk about that because a lot of y'all feel this. Let me tell y'all something. I'm gonna start off straight out now. Jay Dunn made some good points. No, you don't have to go to college to get a good job. You sure don't. You don't have to go to college to get a good job. You don't. You don't. You don't have to go to college to get a good job. However, don't get mad when you don't get the promotion because we know that black people have to do extra to get ahead. And if you don't think that's the case, then you are sadly mistaken. See, the problem is not getting the job. The problem is getting promoted. Jay Dunn told the story where she had to train a young lady who was much younger and much inexperienced than she was, only for her to get the position. Jay Dunn wanted to be promoted. When they found out Jay Dunn was trying, according to Jay Dunn, was trying to promote and do better for herself, the powers that be had issues. And she was talking about Ness, and she was saying, hey, that story sounds plausible, but did the man have more work experience than that? Did the man have a degree? And y'all, stuff like that happens in the workplace all the time. That ain't nothing new. Brianna is going to school. Brianna's going back to school for a reason. So what I'm trying to say to you all is that the ancestors knew that education was important. The ancestors knew that education was important. Now, we can sit here and downplay education as black people, but it's not going to do us any good. Because, again, knowledge is power. And you can't take that away. And you cannot deny me on the basis of I don't have education. And I'm just being real with you all. I'm going to tell you, I would have been in a quandary without the education. Education is how Black America came to the middle class. Yes, we moved up north to Detroit, Chicago, and New York and took those high-paying jobs at General Motors and Ford and all of these places, but our kids benefited because they could go to college. We can afford it. And the parents knew that the education was extremely, extremely important. And education, you can go to the University of People for dirt cheap. I'm going to tell you, I have seen it over and over again where people get these jobs out of high school, but they cannot go any farther than a certain level because you don't have a degree. And I can't understand a people who is denied education all of a sudden want to act like education ain't nothing. But you know why? Look at the people that are in the sector. Look at the folks that are idolized and embraced in this sector. Look at it. And we like that because it makes us feel better. It makes us feel like, hey, but Beefsector, we got to do better. I ain't never seen people who don't want their kids to do better than they did. And I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you something too. Gen X knows that you got to work hard, baby. But the millennials, Gen Z, baby, they think they can walk on a job for 2 weeks and think they deserve a raise and a promotion. The devil is a liar. Now, one thing I'm going to say is don't give more than you need to. Because at the end, you give what that job description say. You show up. You do what you got to do. But we don't need to be minimizing education. Education doesn't make you better than anybody. Let me tell you something. Those people who lived in my neighborhood who didn't have degrees, they were some educated people. No, they didn't go and get formal education, but they were educated. But I'm going to tell you what, they knew that they wanted their kids to have a college education. Now, y'all can play these games, but baby, let me tell you something, black people. You find out when you want that promotion and they slap it down. I already told you a story of a man who was exceptional. He worked for via Metropolitan. He was the second in command. Baby, when it was time for him to move up to that CEO position, they went way somewhere else and got somebody else. Now, this man was more than qualified to run that bus company. But because he didn't have that sheet of paper, they went somewhere else. Now, y'all can sit there and fool yourselves, but you better understand what atmosphere that we live in. You better understand that these people in industry are showing who they really are. The Targets of the world, the Teslas of the world. They don't care about us. And if you don't have no degree, baby, that's going to be their excuse to hold you back. Y'all better stop playing. Even if you go to a technical school, even if you learn how to do HVAC, you still need to know how to write. You still need to know how to speak. Now we need to stop this. We need to stop this. Now I don't have nothing against lemon, but when YouTube is your only source of income, you living in subsidized housing, you ain't doing shit with your life. Here you are, almost 40 years old, and you living with your mama, and you trying to read somebody, baby. You can't read nobody. Can you even read? And you live in a state where you can almost get free education. You live in California, damn it. It's not like you live in Alabama or Mississippi. You live in California. It is so. Do you not know, Lemon, because you live in subsidized housing, that there's scholarships for you? People are biting at the bit to get you because they get tax rebates because you go back to school. Brianna getting her behind in that schooling. Because even though Brianna's in the workforce, Brianna knows that she better get her stuff together. You know, if you have ambition and drive, you better get a degree. That's it. Because if you think you're going to move up in this corporate world, you can only move up so far. Unless you own your own business. So I heard Jay Dunn talking about that. Now, Jay Dunn, another thing that I want to make sure too, baby, black schools are not easy. I don't know what black school you went to, or they was trying to recruit you to, because you went to two white schools. Great. But let me tell you something to you. All of my teachers used to say, you got to be 10 times, 20 times better. If you ain't coming out of my school, XYZ, XYZ. And if it wasn't for black schools, Jay Dunn, there wouldn't be a black middle class. Just want you to know that. Because sometimes we think white is right and black stays back. That's not always the case. Howard and Hampton and Tuskegee are older institutions. They have been established. Just like Harvard and Princeton are older institutions. And our older institutions are usually revered. And I'm not going to take that away from them. But baby, I think my university is one of the best universities out in the Norfolk State. It's a young black institution. But even as a young black institution, we produced a Tim Reed. We produced a Jay Smooth. And a whole lot of other people. That's just the entertainment industry. So Virginia State has produced a whole lot of people. So again, our black schools, let me tell you how good they are. They helped our people with lack of funding. Joe Biden proved that black schools have been underfunded, but we still do the job. Stop marginalizing and demonizing our HBCUs. Now, Jay Dunn didn't necessarily come out and say something bad, but she said she didn't want to go to a black school because she had something to prove. Okay, whatever. You missed a whole nice experience. I'm just going to say that. Because I went to a predominantly white high school and a predominantly white elementary school, and let me tell you something. I got a better education at my black school. Because y'all don't understand, white folk don't want to educate you. Some of them. Let's not forget, at the University of Virginia, they used to pay black students to go to other schools so they wouldn't step foot on their campus. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. When we celebrate mediocrity and want to make education a bad thing, want to make black success look terrible, then something is wrong with us. Let me give a shout out to Uppity Negro Goddess. She got a new place. Make sure it stay clean, niece. Make sure it stay clean, niece. Okay? Now, you can't blame it on the department being dirty, because we done seen it in its clean state. Okay? We don't want to see no dirt and no markings on the walls. Okay? Because that apartment very clean. Very clean. Hey, comment. But I want to give you a shout out. And girl, please don't be cutting up. Because it looks like these people kick you out. Girl, these people look like they'll kick you out. So you got a new lease on life. Okay, you start from a brand new slate lease. Okay? You got a whole new clean slate. Don't dirty it up. I'm going to say this. When my mom went to that, when my mom and dad went to the segregated schools, the people were thriving. They had secondhand everything. But those people were doctors, lawyers, and stuff. And now we integrated, and our kids, some of them don't have no, yeah. Black people, first of all, I'm an American. However, I don't forget where my people came from. I do not deny my Africanness, because those are my roots, not my roots, but my roots. So I am not denying my African heritage no more than Italian people deny their Italian American heritage, or Irish American heritage, or German American heritage. You know what I'm saying? I am who I am. I am proud to be black. We have gone through a whole lot. We were separated, beaten, treated like cattle, but yet we are resilient. Are we where we need to be? No, but thank God we ain't where we used to be. And so my thing is, a lot of the stuff that we are going through now is a lack of education, lack of resources, and we still dealing with racism. Y'all act like Jim Crow was just, 3,000 years ago. Jim Crow wasn't that long ago. I was born in 1970, and they were still going through stuff. So if you just think that racism just gonna go away, you're wrong. In this Black history, it's time to reflect. Now, I don't have a problem with this Beefsector stuff, but baby, we are in a fight for democracy right now. Baby, they building detention camps not only for the immigrants, it'll be for us next. And these others say, no, Jay, that won't happen. No, baby, that is happening. Somali people, Haitians, all of y'all, see, I want y'all to know, just because you Caribbean, that does not exonerate you from being black. Hello, somebody, let me say that again. Just because you are Caribbean, that does not exonerate you from being black. A judge just halted Donald Trump's Department of Justice from sending Haitian people back. It was based on racism. That's why they were being sent back. So don't think you from Jamaica and Haiti, Antigua, Trinidad and Tobago, even the Bahamas, and think you a cream of the crop. Baby, they'll send you back too. Africans, Nigerians, Liberians, Ghanaians, Kenyans. Just because you get over here, baby, don't think you all that. They will send you back too. Because you live in an S-hole country, according to the president. See, this is why we got to get together. You ain't better than nobody. Y'all willing to do stuff that black people ain't going to do. Black people ain't going to put up with certain things that y'all willing to put up with. I want you all to know, baby, we all in this boat together. Don't you think because you got an accent, maybe they ain't gonna touch you. Somali, y'all black. I know y'all think y'all superior to black Americans. Some of y'all, not all, but some of y'all. But now you finding out that you black with curly hair. Huh? You black with curly hair. That's all. And y'all dark Indians, y'all should be sweating in your boots too because you look black. You come from the Indus Kush region. You still got African origins. I just want y'all to know that. Because sometimes we forget. We forget. But baby, hey, you're finding out. So I'm just telling you all that go get your education. Let me tell you something. Go, if you can't afford it, go to the University of the People. University of People is a regionally accredited institution. They are helping people who cannot afford education obtain education. I have mentioned Straighterline. I've mentioned Salar.org. I have mentioned Sophia. You can get credit. Education is important. Knowledge is power, people. And I know people want to marginalize it. I'm sorry. You can't. The ancestors do. Now, you don't need education to get a job. You do need a high school diploma. You do need a GED in most places. But maybe in order to move up, you got to have some degree or some college credits. You can't even look. You can't even be on the police department unless you have college credit in some police or law enforcement organization. I'm just being real. If you don't have it, I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not trying to put you down. But I am here to let you know that you limit yourself. You limit yourself. You limit yourself. Invest in you this black history. Think about what your ancestors did in captivity and what they did. Because y'all don't realize the Dorothy Heights of the world, the Fannie Lou Hamers of the world, the Carter G. Woodses of the world, the Thurgood Marshalls of the world. These people paved the way. The Martin Luther Kings of the world, the Harry T. Moores of the world. These people paved the way, and how dare we step on their legacy? How dare we look at their work and just walk over it like it's nothing? These people died for voting rights. These people died so we could go to school wherever we wanted to and live. Not only go to school, but live where we wanted. I couldn't live in my neighborhood in the 60s and in the 50s. And we forget that because we don't know the struggle. And one thing I will say about our Jewish brothers and sisters, baby, they don't forget the struggle. They put it before their kids and their children and their grandchildren and their great grands, and they know. They talk about it. I don't forget the struggle. I don't forget what those people had to go through. You could be arrested for any reason. Y'all don't understand that people were getting scrapped up in Georgia and Mississippi and Alabama. You might find your son in the tree somewhere. That was real. We act like that stuff ain't real. Hidden Figures was real. Even in our space industry. want to go to the bathroom in the same area as we did. We forget that stuff. And then we want to act like, oh, but that was then. No. Now you see that people ain't forgot. Baby, let me tell y'all something. Baby, there are people still mad because the South lost. Do you understand me? The reason why Democrats are Democrats now is because the Dixiecrats, and they wound up becoming Republicans. Yeah, black people were Republicans, the party of Lincoln. But I'm telling y'all, if you think that everything is, and I want to be very clear, there are some very conscious people who are not black in the world. If we did not have conscious white people, we would not have had the Underground Railroad. There were some white people who knew what was going on was wrong. They knew slavery was wrong. And I believe them real Christian people right there. Because they were like, no, John Brown was real. There were some people who knew. Thank you. But I'm telling you all, we can't play these games. Now, I'm looking at this Beefsector now, and my heart goes out. Because even though I'm on this Beefsector, this is truly entertainment. This is truly entertainment. But this shit shouldn't be your real life. This shit should not be your real life. No, you're not going to see my other half because he is not on my show. This is not Captain and Tennille. Okay? Oh, we ain't playing that. This ain't Morning Joe with Nika. No. He ain't in my contract. You don't have the access to him. Somebody said, well, I didn't see him at the basketball game. You ain't going to see him nothing. You ain't going to see him nowhere. Because he's not a part of the show. I'm driving Uber and Lyft. I sure am. If that's what you want to think. But Lemon, your whole life has been flashed before these YouTube streets. And it's a damn shame. And I don't feel no kind of way. Because you being the king of YouTube, Beefsector, that means nothing to me. Because I'm not trying to have a kingdom here. Hello? You got this lady mad because, and almost in tears, because a white man was recognized for work she thinks she's done. But let me tell you something, Sugar Lump. I knew you was in trouble when you got a promotion and people questioned, did you have a degree? And that thing got in your spirit. Because you felt inadequate. Even though you were liked and you were chosen, you felt self-conscious. Uh-huh. See, you can say whatever you want about me. I got options. It's not even bragging. Education has allowed me to have options. Even when people try to come for my career, I have options. I have options. When you have education, you can be on a job less than a year and get promoted. Baby, QT, I just passed promotion. As soon as I passed probation. As soon as I passed probation at QT, baby, they had moved me up. They moved me up. They sure did. You can be promoted right after probation if you got a degree. And if you know what the hell you're doing. That ain't no brag, that's just reality. And girl, you act like that's something new. Well, welcome to Black America. I mean, you can classify yourself as Caribbean, Haitian, or whatever you want to, but your skin look just like this. Okay? That skin look just like this. Them folks don't care about you. They don't care about you. And you in Seattle? Child, bye. Child, that's liberal. Let me tell you something. Liberal racism is the worst because they can justify the stuff. Let me tell you something. Liberal people are just as racist as some conservative folks, but they hide behind it in different ways because they have a stereotypical thought about us too. Don't get it twisted, baby. Y'all ain't never seen Maud. You got Archie Bunker all in the family, and you got Maud. He's blatantly racist, and even though she likes these ideals, I don't know if y'all saw her when Esther Roll was playing the maid at their house. But she just thought black people needed help and just as racist too. Let me tell y'all something. All black people want is a fair shake. They want a fair shake. Affirmative action is a fair shake. Let me tell y'all something. White people have affirmative action. Legacy is mission is affirmative action. The golf course is affirmative action. Come on. People, we need to wake up. We need to wake up. Everybody want to come down on black people, but when black people do well, like the Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma, we want to destroy that because if black people are really doing things like that, it proves to people that black people aren't stupid, and folk really want to run with that stereotype that we are. Let me tell you something. After Black Wall Street burned down, it came back again. There was a resurgence. But you know why Black Wall Street was torn down the second time? It's called the interstate system. Baby, when I tell you the interstate system destroyed a lot of vibrant black communities, it destroyed Black Wall Street in Tulsa. It destroyed Overtown in Miami. All of these interstate systems. It destroyed black, vibrant neighborhoods in Los Angeles, California. It did. Because people want to have the illusion that black people aren't exceptional. And when black people prove that they're exceptional, then we want to snatch it away because it makes other people feel some kind of way. We want to give all the credit to Thomas Edison, but we don't understand that Thomas Edison was a patent snatcher. Thomas Edison had people working for him, and Thomas Edison would take their ideas. Thomas Edison almost worked like the couture houses, the house of Gucci. Gucci ain't designing that. Gucci's have designers that come from the house, and Gucci gets the credit. So that's what I want y'all to know. But anyway, y'all get your education, take a class, invest in yourself. There are plenty of things that you can do to increase your life. I'm going to tell you, if you're not going to go to college, that's fine. Get into a career that is kind of AI proof. Do you not know you can do HVAC 3 to 9 weeks, get all of your certifications, and start working? And HVAC people make good money. Do you not know that you can get into an apprenticeship and be a union electrician or plumber? Do something. Now, I'm going to say this. If you want them white collar jobs, if you want them white collar jobs, you better get some white collar education. You better get some white collar education. See, we want all of this stuff, but anything worth having is worth fighting for. Your name ain't Steve Jobs, baby. Them people parents had money already. Stop being jealous and hateful over what people have. Shout out to Wolverine. Beautiful home, beautiful car. And I know those material things don't make him, but you know what? Because he has gone and got his education, he deserves the fruit of his labor. He deserves it. I'm not mad at just trying to figure it out. She got a pretty backyard because just trying to figure it out probably figured it out. And here we are hating folks of what they driving and where they living and all of this stuff, and it's sad. Jealous of relationships and stuff. And let me tell you something, it really makes me laugh when people start getting in relationships. Baby, my relationship is good. I'm happy in my spirit every day. And the people who always talking about relationships don't have one. Notice that? The people who always want to be critical of your relationship, they don't have one, or they can't keep one. See, that's the whole thing. My God, today. This is what I'm telling people. This is what I tell Miss O. Miss O, why you sitting here and fighting with folks? Girl, you done got a master's degree. You done went to Clark Atlanta University. Shout out to Clark Atlanta, HBCU. Girl, you got a husband who loves you. I don't care if the man is 1,000 pounds. He bringing the money home. Okay? You got a roof over your head. Your daughter doing well. And you fighting with these booger bears who barely eat. I don't fight with folks. And like I said, you can't drag me when you ain't. Girl, you can't drag somebody who you behind. You just getting out. I was a flight attendant. But baby, when it was time for me to get a house, I got it. And I didn't have to have a cosigner catch. Nobody had to put their name beside mine. Hello, somebody. When I got this car, I didn't need no cosigner catch. And even through my challenges, because I had some challenges. Oh my God. But I was smart enough to get my ass in my car and make some money. I was smart enough to use my house and make some money to stay in it. And didn't have to ask y'all for a dime. But I came on and y'all still blessed because y'all know I'm a hard worker. And even in the midst of my hard times, when I got my job, baby, I blessed somebody else. I don't care about what these hoes be talking about. That's y'all problem. Then somebody talking about how I dress. Ho, I got more clothes than you can shake a stick at. And this suit that I have on today, praise the Lord, it's wool, baby. We don't be dealing with no polyester. I don't be worried about you. Hell, I'm 55 years old. I ain't trying to look like no K-pop pop star. Hello? Worried about somebody else. It's sad. And then somebody told me that somebody said they got a $4 raise. I ain't mad at it because money is money. And when people working, people working. But an executive getting a $4 raise. Okay. I got a cost of living adjustment. I got a 10% bump in my pay. I got an signing bonus, but not a $4 raise. And I'm not mad at a $4 raise. But baby, I don't know what kind of executive you are. I'm gonna leave it at that. I ain't mad. See, this is why baby, I don't stress over these folks. You can't stress over these people. Okay? I'm gonna leave it alone. Baby, these people are living some traumatic lives here. Some of this stuff ain't my ministry. That's all I'm gonna say. Some of this stuff ain't my ministry. I don't know what it is to put labels on a jelly jar. Now let me say this. I have worked at some jobs. Oh yes, I have. My first job was Burger Chef. It was fast food. And then Burger Chef got bought out by Hardee's. Then I moved on to retail. I worked for Bird Eyes and Ivy's department store. If you're from North Carolina, you know about Ivy. JV Ivy. Yes, Lord. And then I worked for Hex department store in Virginia. So I did retail. And I was playing keyboard for a church. After college, it was different. It was different. But let me say this. I ain't too proud to scrub a toilet if I had to, degree or not. Because I'm not afraid of hard work. I learned from my mama and my daddy. Don't you take nothing from the government. Only temporary. Baby, y'all laugh at the trailer thing. Let me tell you why my mama stayed in the trailer. She said, I'm not staying in no project. She said, this trailer is mine. She said, I can sell it. I can move it. She said, I can put a hole in the wall. She said, I can't do that with that project. That project is not mine. That project is the government. And my mom would rather live in a trailer than live in a housing project. Because we see how people were treated in them projects. Oh, come on now, somebody. And I ain't mad at nobody who lived in the project. But baby, them projects are yours. And in Florida, they would charge you for every hole in the wall. They would charge you. Now, one thing I will say about them projects, though, baby, when a hurricane came, you need to find yourself in a project. Baby, them projects was built like bomb shelters. Baby, they had them old iron, them steel doors. Baby, ain't no hurricane coming up in there. Ain't no hurricane. Baby, them projects was built to withstand bombs, baby. But them projects with no joke. They had them concrete ceilings. Girl, you can echo up in that thing, okay? Baby, them projects was built to last. Okay? Them projects was built. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, them projects was built to last, boo. Baby, them projects was not playing. Them projects was built to last. But my mom said, no, I ain't living in one of those. She said, I don't care how they try to sell it because it's never mine. And I learned that. This government assistance, they're going to tell you how much you can make. When you make more money, you lose the benefits. And all it is to keep you at a certain wage level. It's a vicious cycle. It is what it is. When I was growing up, projects, food stamps, public assistance, that was temporary. That was because you had fallen on hard times and you needed a little reprieve until you can get on your feet. Food stamps, Living in the projects was never a permanent solution. It was always temporary for my generation. It ain't nothing wrong with getting help, and I'm glad the government has that because our people should be able to get help. Anybody should be able to get help, but baby, that should not be your go-to. So it's Black History. I'm looking at the beef sector. It's interesting. We teach the women to be thirsty over here, and people to be thirsty. It don't make no sense. Hold on for a minute, you all. Hello.
Hey, baby, it's Bernice Andrews. How you doing?
I'm doing well. What's going on?
I'm over here having me old cup of coffee. How you doing, sugar?
I'm doing well.
I've been watching you for a long time. Yes, I have.
Okay.
Where we going this morning?
We getting ready to go to work. We almost there.
Oh, oh, we going to work. Okay, working morning. Work it on the way to morning. Yes, I'm so glad to be here that you didn't invite
Okay.
me on over here to the church. I ain't been around for a minute, but I just got back on the round.
Okay. So where have you been? I haven't heard from you. I don't remember you, but you're an
No, we
interesting
spoke back in the
character.
day. We talked back in the day after church. We talk about church and stuff like that, but I don't want to put myself out there like that. We gotta keep it, to the point, and I'm glad, hey, Lord Jesus, we on our way this morning. When I rose this morning, I didn't have no doubt. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Somebody said it's too early. That man's voice coming through. This is Bernice Jenkins. This is
Is
Bernice
this
Jenkins.
Bernie G? I just got up. Listen, I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. I'll wait for you to come on. Mhm.
No, this ain't Tulsa. Tulsa, nah, this ain't Tulsa. This is
When
not
I rose
Tulsa.
this morning, I didn't have no doubt. Yeah.
Somebody said, yeah. So anyway, so where have you been? How long you been in the sector?
I've been around, but she done lost her job. She done lost her job. Jesus. She
Well,
done
she
lost
said
her
she didn't
job.
lose her job. She said she didn't lose her job. She said that
But she got
uh
fired.
no, she said she didn't get fired. She said that she's thinking about moving on because somebody got recognition and she didn't, and it made her really upset and feel like she wasn't valued as a team member.
Well, she not a team member on YouTube. What she thought she was gonna get at their job?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's a good question, but she said that's what happened. So she
Yeah,
didn't get fired. I didn't know because I get when the news came out, I was not happy because I know that there are some people who really go for people's jobs, and I thought that might have been the case, but she came out saying that that was not the case. She said that she was upset because
hold on one
she didn't get.
second. Thank you for calling
Uh,
AT&T. This is Bernice Andrews, and I'm here to take your call. How can I help you this morning? Hold on one second. Okay, I'm back with you, Jay Wilson. Go ahead.
no, that's what she said. So, she said she was not recognized, and it made her upset and not feel valued, like she needed to move on.
Okay. Yeah. Well,
Hmm.
you know what? I mean, she's just not trustworthy at all. I'm just gonna say that.
Well, why
I
you say
don't,
she's not trustworthy?
I don't like the way she treats you.
Well, some people don't treat me well, but that's okay. Long as I treat myself well, that's what really counts.
Oh, yeah, I mean, I get it. Yeah, I get it. Well, I'm
So
just saying,
yeah.
you just need to
So what
leave.
sector you came from? I
Oh,
remember you.
I'm from damn. What is it? The Luya, wherever Ness was. That's where I'm coming from. I'm coming from the Passaluya Ministries Baptist Church. Amen. As we see here, we still here. I'm hang up. Thank you for calling churches. Thank you for calling AT&T. How can I help you? I'm back. Okay, you said you need to get your number changed. Okay, what is your first and last name, please? And what is your security code on the account? Uh-huh. Okay, we got Jennifer Wilson, and we just need you to verify your password, please. All all right, we got that. All right, so we didn't got up into your account. What did you need? Um, you wanna? Okay. All right. Well, so we go. I'm gonna transfer you to right on over to technical support because that's not my department. Okay. Well, just hold on and then make sure you take the survey. If they ask you how I did, just tell them that I did a 5. I'm gonna go ahead and transfer your number right now. Thank you. Okay. Hello. Thank you for calling AT&T. This is Bernadette, Miss Bernadette. Yes, this is Bernadette. Yeah. I'm sorry. Can you verify your first name? You said Julie. Okay, thank you, Miss Washington. Can I please have your password to get into your account, please? Yeah. All right. Yeah, we didn't got to in your account. So what we need to do for you? Okay. Uh-huh. Who's been calling your phone? Okay. Do you have the number? Did you block it? Okay. You gotta start blocking those numbers because I get those telling my you said you still want to change on. Well, this gonna be a $15 fee, Miss Washington. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't waive that fee for you on today. It seems like you had about 5 already last year. Yeah, we not gonna start the new off like that. Uh, okay, so shall we deduct it from the card that's on file? Okay, I will do that. Was there anything else that I can do for you? I'm going to go ahead and put that transfer in right now. You will get a, I need you to power your cell phone off, your cellular device off. And when it comes back on, then I'm going to give you your number right now. It is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And so you gonna cut your phone off and it's gonna cut back on and it's gonna recharge. And then your number gonna be there. And I wanna thank you, Miss Washington. Make sure you take the survey. You have a great day. And happy new year to you. All right.
All right,
Hello.
I'm back.
Yeah. So listen here, Jay Wilson. I was just over here. I was praising you. I was over here praising. Good morning. Where's the evening? Oh, yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm back. I can't. I can't this morning. I can't. So I'm glad they came in, but I can't. I can't. We gotta move on. Ooh, Lord. Let me see what y'all said. That ain't Tulsa, baby. I don't know who that is. It's some man. Okay, y'all. I don't. I don't know who that is. So anyway, I don't know if it's Duchess or not. It's funny. They do sound like Ricky Smiley though. I ain't gonna lie. They do give me Bernice Jenkins, Ricky Smiley. So yes. So today, you all, I'm gonna be wearing my bag today. So this is the bag that I will be wearing today. So I got my black bag to match my black glasses, to match my black shoes, to match my black belt. I like that character too, but I can't trust nobody right now. I know that ain't Ricky. I know it ain't Ricky, y'all. Yes, Lord. Yes, 'cause you can't put everything in your pockets these days. Ooh, Jesus. Anyway, I have a white shirt on without dirt, without spot or wrinkle. Ha! Okay. All right, with a tie. That's tied. That's my bar. Okay. Put my bar here. Let me get my bar together, but the bar might uh, be messed up because I got this seatbelt on. But I have a meeting today, so I'll be meeting with some people today, and so that's what's going on. Thank you, babe. No grease stains, no chicken wing stains. All right, no makeup stains. None of that. None of that. So a wool suit today in Jesus' name. It's all good, y'all. Though I ain't messing with people, but y'all, it is Black History Month, and we need to be doing some uplift. Men, stop making these women look stupid. Women, stop allowing yourself to look stupid. Who is the link for? Y'all, I can't today. Who is the link for? So y'all, what's going on in the beef sector now? Y'all, I'm just being real. I listen to Remix, and I don't think I could do somebody like that. Um, in a sense that, you were talking to this woman, and I don't think that, yeah. And then I'm looking at Brianna, and I'm like, girl, and now she's like, I'm not gonna deal with people in different sectors, and bravo, that you're doing that, but damn. Ashley, girl, you know what? I can't today. For some reason, I just can't. It's been alleged that Shakim had a page under JK and was flagging people under that page, Pastor. Interesting. That may be true. Wow. Yeah, that storyline should be over, but it just goes to show you how people infiltrate the beef sector, and how these women let these men come right on in, sweet talk them, say what they want to say, and boom, this is what happens. I'm telling you, I'm just looking, I'm just observing, and it's very interesting. Again, I'm looking at the lemon situation and the Lolo thing. I don't know, y'all. It's just like it's so high school, adolescent like. I didn't hear about Sherry Shepherd. What happened to Sherry Shepherd? Um, Brian said he flagged her page. So is Brian taking credit for something he didn't do? I'm just asking. I haven't even been on Bree's backup page, so I wouldn't. I don't even know. Her show canceled. Her show got canceled. Why her show got canceled? Why her show got canceled? They didn't like her no more. What? I thought they would have canceled Jennifer Hudson's show before Sherry Shepherd. Baby, I thought they would have canceled Jennifer Hudson's show. I mean, because I'd rather watch Sherry Shepherd. Mitchie Black, you right. You right, Mitchie Black. You right, though, Mitchie Black. Well, I'm gonna let people continue to flag. I don't care. I really don't care. When you're not involved with these people on that level, you just take a I don't even give a damn attitude. I don't talk to none of these people behind the scenes. There are a few people who do talk behind the scenes, but it's definitely not them. Lolo, let me show you who he was. When y'all friendship went south, he went in, and it is what it is. These people are showing you who they are. All it is showing people who they are. And like I said, y'all, I don't know. I think I caught Jay Dunn because she was on my feed, and I just went ahead and clicked it because nothing wasn't on. So I'm like, well, let me see. But Jay Dunn, with the exception of a few things, was telling the truth. No, you don't go against YouTube guidelines. I thought Jennifer Hudson's show would have been canceled. I can't deal with Jennifer Hudson. Girl, just stick to acting and singing. Everybody don't need no talk show. She alright. I think Sherry had a better show than Jennifer to me, personally. Yeah. But they weren't friends in the first place. It was a codependent relationship. It was a codependent relationship. I mean, Lolo let that man talk to her like a dog. She sat there and did all of this for him. I mean, yeah. Okay, not the spirit tunnel. Well, I guess they getting rid of these shows. Let me tell y'all something. Daytime talk ain't what it used to be. I mean, Oprah, uh, Ricky Lake. That was the day. That was the day. It's over. Child, it's over. It's over. Reality TV to me is over. That was good in the 80s and the 90s, but it's over. People tired of that. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do. I was watching the Grammys and the dressing. Maybe how these people was dressed. I want to give a shout out to Lauren Hill because Lauren Hill did that. Lauren Hill did that. Um, Lauren Hill represented. She gave kudos to those who passed. D'Angelo, uh, what's her name? The first time ever I saw your face. Oh, I can't think of that lady's name now. Oh my God, I can't think of her name. But shout out to Lauren Hill for doing it. She did an excellent job, and she was looking much better. So shout out to Lauren Hill. Um, Share, girl, go get some rest. Roberta Flack, thank you. Uh, yeah, it was something else. Yeah, but I saw a little bit of it. I saw how these people were dressed. Now they said Tiana Taylor wore this dress and it was too heavy for her. I didn't get to see. Girl, they said that she looked like she was at the Planet Fitness. That dress was so heavy. I gotta see it. I saw Lady Gaga's feather dress. I saw a few. Yeah, what y'all think of Ray J? Ray J said that his heart ain't working. Yeah. Okay for Kendrick Lamar. I don't even know who Kendrick Lamar is. Y'all, let me tell y'all something. I have just totally dropped out of the music industry, even the gospel music industry. I know that's sad, but I have really, really dropped out of the music industry. Um, no joke. I have started listening. Oh, they not like us. Okay, I have started listening to gospel in the 1980s. I listened to Miracles by Milton Bronson. Baby, that album changed the game right there. Old Hezekiah Walker, Orlando Draper, old Ricky Dillard, Thomas Whitfield. I'm going back to the '80s when it comes to gospel. Baby, that music was nothing to play with. That music was fire. What they got now is syrupy. It's very syrupy. I was listening to um, Minnie Riperton. Baby, Minnie was nothing to play with. Baby, she walked so Mariah could run. Do you hear me? When I listen to Come Inside and Loving You and baby, Minnie was bad. All Minnie just did was open her mouth. She didn't have to strain for that whistle voice. Oh my God, those were musicians. Those were musicians, baby. What we got now is a lot of auto tune, unnecessary runs. I yeah, yeah, yeah. I gotta go back to hear Whitney Houston sing the national anthem. Every once in a while, I find myself going to the national anthem with Whitney Houston because, baby, when I tell you Whitney sung that song, ain't gonna be nothing like it. It ain't gonna be another like it. I don't care. Whitney sung. It was something with that Florida orchestra and Whitney and the situations. Oof, you don't get that no more. You don't get that no more. You don't. You don't. I like Kimberell, can't you tell? But baby, you can only do so many runs, and runs without the anointing don't mean nothing. I was more excited about Yolanda Adams back in the day than Kimberell because it was a rawness about Yolanda. Let me tell you something. If you want to hear Yolanda at her peak, go to Southeast Inspirational Choir, My Liberty, Lord, You Make a Difference, and she got a song called Hallelujah. Baby, Yolanda Adams had me on the floor. It was raw. Nasty. She said, dirty sin. Sin that makes you don't want to get up in the morning. I was like, okay, Yolanda, you know about that sin. Okay, I'm like, that was her hallelujah. Baby, y'all need to go hear Yolanda Adams on that hallelujah. And then she do this one, this elevated. Ooh, yeah. You don't get that stuff no more. You don't get that stuff no more. I don't care what nobody say about James Cleveland. Maybe them songs will have you on the floor. I don't care nobody. I understand. You know, if James Cleveland could have been who he was, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna move right along from that. But yeah, let me tell y'all about the whinings. Whinings in the '80s was everything. Ron Whinings, not Marvin, not BB, but Ron Whinings. Ron had the better choir. Ron's choir was much better than Perfect. Okay, you don't know like I know what is done for me. You don't know like I'm pressing on the upward way. And since Jesus came into my life, and yeah, Ron had a better choir. Ron had a better choir. Marvin had a choir, but Ron was the choir master of that family, hands down. He died early. But yeah. So anyway, so that's what I'm doing, y'all. I'm going back to the '80s. The music in the '80s was just so good. Let me tell you, it had blackness. Now black people trying to sound like Hillsong and trying to sound like these other people, not knowing what they had was no joke. What they had was powerful. Some of these praise and worship teams, it's just like, this what y'all doing. Don't get me wrong, y'all. I like some of these songs, but Lord, you are awesome. Lord, you are awesome. And the Lord is awesome, but yeah. Like, I'm gonna make some people mad. I'm make some people mad. Every praise to our God. I'm like, baby, let me tell y'all something. That is Hezekiah Cool in the Walker. That is Hezekiah Walker Cool in the Gang song. Cool in the Gang was killing the gang. And when Cool in the Gang did that, celebrate good times. Come on, that was it. That was it. So that every praise to our God, what celebrate good time was cool to what celebrate good time was to Cool in the Gang. Every praise until our God is what it is. So, no, Ashley girl, no lane. I'm sorry, baby. I can't. I'm sorry, not today. But what Cool in the Gang celebrate good time was to them is what every praise to our God was Hezekiah Walker. I swear Hezekiah Walker ain't made nothing else good since then. Now Hezekiah Walker was making some good stuff new. I like his He knows how much we and he had the other song. I'm looking. God promised me. So take back what the devil stole from me, and I'll rejoice today. Okay, I'll give him that one, and then I'll give him he had another one that was good, but that's it. That's it. I'll give him that. Now Reed's Temple, keep on making a way over and over again. But see, that's black church. That's black church. Now, I will say James Hall, he was innovative, but it was still black and churchy. It was not Hillsongish. It was not, yeah, yeah. Because I don't get with some of this stuff. Now, some of it I can deal with. I trust in God, my Savior, the one who will never fail. He will never fail. I can deal with that because black people can soup that up. Black people can soup that up. But baby, I don't deal with this other stuff. So anyway, that's my personal opinion. And even with the music now, yeah. Oh, so Michael Jackson's nephew is going to play him in this new Michael Jackson movie. And baby, when I tell you that boy look just like Michael Jackson, he look just like Michael Jackson. Come on, this is my favorite Can spiritual song. When will I see you again? When will we meet again? Ooh, I love that Can spiritual song right there. When will I see you again? Oh, 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 oh. When will we meet? That's my Can spiritual song right there. Again. Sometimes I lay awake at night and I wonder why. I wonder why. Hey, hey, come on now. Why my heart grieves? When will I see you again? When I see you again? When will we meet? Ha ha! Again. That's my song right there. Woo! And the thing is, it's a sad song, and you think about it, but baby, woo, Harvest, oh my God, he sung the hell out that song. Woo, now let me tell you something. I love some Can baby, I love some Can spirituals. Ooh, on my way home. Oh, on my way home. On my way home. Oh, on my way home. Sometimes I have to cry. Oh, on my way home. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it like you said you would. Hey, sometimes I am mistreated. Oh, on my way home. Baby, y'all don't know about that. Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus. Woo, come on, Can spirituals. Ha ha! Y'all think I ain't know nothing about that. Ah, yeah. Can spirituals got it. Now, I'm going to tell you, I like Can spirituals over most of the quartet. Now, I do like Bree Harley. Bree them be wild. Bree them be wild. I like that wild quartet stuff. I like that carrying on. Baby Big Bree. Now, Big Bree losing that weight. Big Bree Holly is losing that weight. Now, I don't know how that's going to work for her because, baby, it is a sight to see that big lady get up on them pews and be running all over the place. But Bree says she getting tired. She can't be doing all of that. So, shout out to Bree Holly. Baby, I love some Bree. Bree be going crazy. Now, I ain't talking about Brianna Simone Pettiville. I'm talking about Bree. How many of y'all know Bree Holly? Ooh, Bree Holly. If you don't know who Bree Holly is, you need to look Bree Holly up. Baby, Bree Holly be doing, she like rock and roll of She like the rock and roll of quartet music. My God, today. So yeah, but I love me some canned spirituals. Oh yes, I do. Yes, I do. And I love. Let me tell you something. Now I used to love Willie Neal and the gospel keynote because Willie Neal is a showman, but you feel that he enjoys it. And I used to love seeing Willie Neal. Sing, Robert! Robert! And Robert be like, and he'd be like, sing, Robert! And Robert, he said, hold that note, Robert! You better hold that note! You better hold it! And you be like, hold it, Robert! Hold that damn note, Robert! And Robert be like, Robert, baby, and baby, Willie Neal be doing that. Willie Neal used to be making me. Oh, Willie Neal had me in, baby. Willie Neal had me on the seat because that man was funny. Hold it, Robert. Robert be like, baby, Robert be holding it. I ain't mad at Willie Neal in the gospel keynotes, baby. Baby, they could do no wrong in my eyes. Ooh, they couldn't. Ooh, they couldn't. And then what's the other man name? One of these mornings. That was not Robert. It was the other one. Because he had two high singers. He had two high singers. I didn't care for the Williams brothers. Sweep around your own front porch. I'm not a Williams brothers fan. Now, I do want to thank the Williams brothers for getting the Mississippi Mass Choir. He went to Florida to see the Florida Mass Choir, and that's the one who had passed away. But I like Willie Neal and the gospel keynote. I ain't never understand that what's that man name? Baby, I just can't give up now. And he had, but I guess he had that old man sound, and the women used to just shout. Oh, he just died recently. He was the QCs. I can't think of his name. But yeah, now the Davis sisters from Philadelphia with Ruth Davis, Baby Ruth, Baby Honey, them Lesbiterians, they could sing. Ooh, them Lesbiterians, because they was Lesbiterians. Have you heard of a city? Streets of May with gold. Have you heard of a city? Baby, they used to tear that up, and Baby Ruth used to come in. Oh, meet me in the city, over in the city. Baby Ruth was no joke. Baby Ruth was no joke. And then the Loving Sisters out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Ooh, Satan is a busy, but look at here, that don't bother me. Seems like trouble comes on every hand, but remember here, that don't bother. Oh, the harvest is great, but the labor is few. I heard it in the Bible, and I know. Oh, loose your bounds, or let me go free. You can't turn me, let me loose. I got to do what the Lord say do. Baby, them Loving Sisters was bad out of Little Rock. They were dirt road bad. My grandmama said, when you dirt road bad, you bad. You bad. Well, look, y'all, I have made it to my destination. I enjoyed the conversation. It is Black History Month. Let's not despise education. Let's embrace it. Whatever type of education you're going to get it, but make sure you get it. They can't take that away from you. And, that's all I'm going to say. Do what y'all got to do. But I got to go, y'all. It was real. God bless you. I'll talk to y'all later on. Bye.